Nick Hilgins outside of London Stadium, West Ham Fan TV. Marshy, I ain't got the words for it, mate. That was a pathetic performance.
Yeah, I think I don't know what has to happen from here. They need a good dressing down, don't they? Because largely a lot of them didn't turn up. But I think it speaks volumes when you're taking Somerville off, and he's probably arguably your best player. I thought he troubled them a little bit here and there. The penalty is a decision that we all know is a penalty. Like, you know, come up on the screen, didn't it? About you got not enough contact or not held on to him long enough, for want of a better word. And
Stupid decision.
We don't play rugby though, do we? We really play football, and it's a contact sport, and he's not allowed him to go through because he knew he was beating him to the ball, and that's just, you know. But days like today, you know, you get a decision or you don't. Even if we'd have got that decision back in the game at 2-1, we've got to score the penalty first. But there's lost other than that.
A lot of players need to hold their heads up, mate. A lot of them were not good enough today. I thought Mavropanos was all over the shop.
I think he's been questionable for a little while now. I think a lot of people were saying play that Tadibo, but is he fit enough? Is he not? The only way you're going to get fit enough is to, one, train well, but secondly, and largely play the games. And has he got a decision to make in the week, let alone at Brentford on Saturday? To, you know, is he going to change out at the back? I said to you just now before going on, didn't I? There's something largely wrong. What it quite is, I can't pinpoint, but we're lacking in certain areas, I think, still. And do you question, have we signed too many? Have we signed too many players? It's great, and if we need to strengthen, and gives you that, creates that squad depth that we've lacked for a few seasons. But just, again, just fair play to Chelsea, really. That pains me to say that enough, but I think they come here and played a professional job. Certain players we couldn't get nowhere near. They won't play an easier away game all season, I don't think. And the goals that they scored as well, I mean, to concede the third one, sucker punch straight after the kick-off of second half, that was hard. But we couldn't deal with Palmer all day. And he went down, he drew the foul, he cut the game up, he did everything he needed to do. Yes, he's an annoyance. Even when he came off, he just walked off and felt like, really taking me off. But they could afford to do that and bring on someone that gives them another dimension, and we couldn't really do that. I mean, he made questionable changes, Lopetegui, and that's, I think he played it down before the game as well, didn't he, in his press conference, when they said, we've had a good record against Chelsea before this one, and he said, well, that don't matter now, and, we've got to prepare for what they're going to bring, and he didn't do that. We didn't prepare very well, and we're at 6s and 7s, and we need to be a lot better. And when you've got more influential players like Bowen and that off it, he never had his best game, and largely, if he's not ticking, Paqueta I thought was awful. As for that Rodriguez, I mean, top level, you're not having players get brought off in the first half for injuries only, really, but when you know you're not doing that well when it's going that badly, it's one of them afternoons, really, and doesn't come any easier, does it? Liverpool Wednesday, and then Brentford, that is a tough game. They've got a few injuries. We don't normally do well there. Whistler's out, who normally scores a lot against us.
Injuries or not, mate, we've got to start pulling our finger out, because manager's 5 games in now. We all said we're going to give him 10. This is 3 on a bounce at the London Stadium. We've lost.
Well, is that 3 at home on a bounce? It's never happened before. We've lost the first 3 in the season. I don't think that's ever happened before. So there's probably a record in itself. But taking away who we've played, Villa at home, Man City at home, City are a different kettle anyway. We know that. But I thought we played largely quite well in that game, and Haaland's all the difference anyway. But today you could pick out 2, 3, 4, 5 Chelsea players that were outstanding, and they were different, and that's all it is. And we need to get to that level where it's deciding what we're going to do. Lopetegui's a new manager, but I question that. How long do you give it before he does start being questioned? And yes, it is a transitional period, and we can't keep excusing it as that, though. He's managed in this league before. How well we did, who knows? Wolves is a different situation, and a lot of players have come in. It does need a bit of time to bode well. I think we needed another striker. Falkirk's all good and everything, but maybe we missed him today. Maybe we just lacked a different sort of setup and style.
There's missing, mate. There's missing.
There is. We've got to think about it logically now, and I think he's got to make a few changes within that team. But where does it happen? I mean, Rodriguez was certainly one of them. As you say, Mavropanos don't pull no trees up. Especially that goal where they pass one straight through, and Jackson's bearing down on goal 1-on-1. Strikers like that don't miss, and that's all the difference between a team like Chelsea and us. Take away the money aspects, take away the ability. They got players in the positions that are clinical, and when we get in the positions, we're not too clinical. But we've been done out of a penalty, I think. But away from that, you get them and you don't. And today was just no rubber to green today. So I'd say, you know, go again Wednesday. You don't know what Liverpool are going to come out. You know, can we, as you said, we've got to turn something around very quickly, and the league's not looking like good reading for us after 5 games. So, you know, there's not a lot of teams worse off. So he needs to be careful. The team have to be careful. I have no doubt he can right the wrongs. It is early doors. And luckily it's only 5 games down the road and not fucking 20 games. So normally they say look around the Christmas time, but I'd say keep our heads up. I think this is a harsh one. I think we just got to say, look, Chelsea were the better team, and brush it down and away we go, and on to Liverpool now.
Great, thank you. Cheers, mate.